before I talk about my own opinions, I think we can all take a second to look at the most successful hardware startups we are known to so far. So we can think about maybe GoPro, used to be very successful, right? And we can think about Pebble, who got acquired. We can think about Misfit, and we can think about any other. There are just a few. So if you look closely at, if you look at their history, you will find out one thing that is common, that they are from, most of them are from United States, and they did online sales on their website and Amazon for about 3 or 4 years before that they actually went into the distribution. And the reason is very simple, that they went on this path, or like the same path. And it's very simple because distribution and retail business and the brick and mortar business in big markets like United States, European markets, and maybe in Asia, China. The big continental markets, that's what I would call it, is that the problem of big continental markets for hardware startups is that these markets, they are so big that distributions are big, much bigger than hardware startups, and the retailers are even bigger, and they have tremendous pressure financially because they are public companies. So they would care less about your innovation than you do. They would care way less. They would care about your potential and your the potential of the innovation. But when you present to these guys, you only have one shot. Basically, if you failed, no matter the reason, what the reason is, you probably only have another chance. You will have another chance next year, because their buying season is very like regular, like 2 times or 3 times a year, and you miss that, or you fail, then you have to do it next year. So the retail and the distribution in these big continental markets are very tough. I'm talking about their payment terms. They are usually consignment. They are usually more than 60 or 120 days payment and consignment, and all refundable. And these are national accounts. So when you launch your product in the retail, let's say they have 500 stores, and if they place 500 store and you have 3 colors, so if they want you to enter every store, that's usually what happens. So you have 1.5K, but they will usually have inventory in the stores. So let's say 4 units per color, so that's 6K already. And remember, they are not paying you upfront. They will pay you after 90 days or 120 days. So it's tough. So even the best hardware startups that we know, they went on this path. And so which comes down to one of the biggest reasons that VentureFace helps startups pick Asia Pacific region, helps startups to penetrate the Asia Pacific region, is that every Asia Pacific country has different language and cultures, but with the right ways and the right connections, you can actually penetrate these countries very fast. And the initial POs and the risk and the resource you need to manage to get into these countries, they are very friendly to hardware startups. For example, I shared one of the examples with you last time we met, that a wireless charging in Los Angeles hardware startup that we represent right now. So from this January 2017 January to now, it's about almost 8 months. From zero, we opened 5 countries for them, and that means at least 5 distributors and more than 300 points of sales in 7 months. That's something you cannot do within this short period of time in any other continental market. And all of the POs that we get so far is 100% prepaid before shipment. So that's really healthy. Um, so, so coming back to the question is that I think um, this is my suggestion. Number one is if you are hardware startups, and I think the time for you to be in the retail, if we are talking about continental markets like US and European markets like France, Germany, or China, um, the best time is you do very well in Amazon or your own website, and your revenue online only cost maybe 1.1 million or 1.5 million US dollars, so that you have enough money, profits, and you probably get other investors' investment to make you ready for the big box retailers like Best Buy and Target. And if you are you want to do it earlier, Asia Pacific is your top choice, I would say, and that this time can be if we are talking about Asia Pacific markets, the timing can be your first year. Uh, the first year you started ship out your products, no matter where you are selling, and you have some sort of maybe a couple hundred thousand US dollar sales for the first year, and you ship out your product steadily, and your quality is okay. You don't have a lot of return and quality issues, then you can do Asia Pacific right away. So I can understand totally about to wrap it up for this question. I think I can understand. I used to sell products into Apple stores in the world. I used to talk to Best Buy buyers, so I know the nature and the difficulties of the retail markets in continental markets. So I can understand they are holy grails, but you need to be just very careful that it's something you have to be ready. So if you have, you want to do the Best Buy, you want to do the Apple, you want to do the Target, right from the beginning, do make sure you have enough money and resource to do that. Otherwise, it's actually pretty dangerous to do it right from the beginning. So I would suggest timing and your capital, and you don't have a lot of quality issues. So for example, a very big challenge and dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing to do if you do Apple Retail or Best Buy or Target right after crowdfunding project, because you don't even know what's the defective rate of your product. But that's actually very important to these guys. And if things go well, it go well. If things don't go well, there's a lot of return. They will shut you down, and you probably don't have another chance.